Saul Chewell is your host and mentor. Saul is actively scalping the S&P 500 E-mini based on a price action trading methodology. We start here a little after 9 a.m. in Zoom live. So if you're coming in from the outside, join us in Zoom live. Look for the link. Look at Saul's profile. If you're new, whether you're trading as a new trader or an experienced trader, put up an S&P 500 E-mini chart. Look at the charts that are showcased here. It's 2 time frames for the S&P 500 E-mini and a 30-year bond chart. The focus here is on a price action trading strategy that starts out with setting key proprietary scalping levels right around the cash open. Saul Chewell is your host. He is also scalping. So let's talk about Saul's trading, because that's what we do here. We are looking to develop consistent profitability, and we're looking to develop a skill set that's been around for a long time. Saul's been trading for 25 years or so. He's a lot of trading experience. He's a CME Group floor member. He's been trading, in my opinion, up against the best traders in the world on the CME Group trading floor in Chicago. Hey, Glenn, good morning. Not a problem. So when Saul gives out his levels in the morning, those are the levels that he is looking at based on his trading. He's going to give a pivot, a price, and other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. That's how they're represented. These are Saul's proprietary scalping levels. Hey, good morning, Dean. So essentially, this service is an opportunity for individuals to join Saul on a monthly basis in this service, and then graduate out of this if you choose to work with him in his course and his mentoring work in private session. I'm going to send out the link to sign up for his monthly. It's usually $379 a month. Right now, it's on for $100. So take advantage of, if you will, or if you'd like to. So right now it is 9:25. Sal's going to step in. When he steps in, he's going to give out this morning's levels. Make sure you write them down. We're going to go through the morning session together. Sal is looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades based on his pre-mapped out levels. It's a price action trading strategy, so he has price action entries, exits, and stops in and around those levels. You know, the concept of calling out trades is a interesting one. We've had individuals come in and try to parrot Sal's trades. It becomes a very difficult thing because what happens is they attempt with no real knowledge on their part to copy trades, and they end up in a situation where they end up getting hurt. Hey, I'm not sure if this is Big M or is it somebody using Big M's name. So Big M, I'm going to send you out an opportunity to join us on a monthly basis. Hey, Timothy. Hey, Kurt. Hey, Hugo. Good morning. Welcome. So I'm going to send this out to everybody now. It's an opportunity to sign up for Sol services on a monthly basis. It's a discounted opportunity, so take advantage of it. Big M, that's for you. Hugo, you can do it also. Saves you $279 a month on Sol services. They're $379 right now. It's on for $100. You save $279. For those that are joining us on the outside, come into the Zoom room, click on the link, and join us live. If you're interested in learning how to trade better, looking to develop consistent profitability, whether you're new to trading and you need to get set up the right way, we can help you. And if you're experienced in trading, you can shed all the outside distractions and learn. If we don't hear from people, we just disconnect you. We don't want to do that. So Big M, we need to hear from you. Hey, Hugo, just give us a high sign. Let us know you're trading. Hey, Mike. Mike S. Hey, Joel. If you get exited, give us a telephone call, 312-685-2582. That's 312-685-2582. Hey, John. KG. Hello, Don. So Big M, let us know. Hugo, give us a high sign that you're there. You're not a bot. Hey, Big Mike. Big M. So I sent out that opportunity to sign up. Let us know what you're trading. It's a big game I'm thinking about. You go in there and you say 2 words, they throw you out. At least they threw me out. Ralph, I think it's time for you to pony up. I'll send out that thing to you. And again, if you get exited for non-responsiveness,
All right, good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me all right? All right, fantastic. All right, welcome to Friday. Friday. Weeks and the days go by quickly. Friday today, kind of a goofy, kind of crazy week. We'll see what the day brings, right? See what happens. Let's give you our levels for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 32.29, 32.29. Support 22.13, 31.99, 89. Resistance above at 38, 45, 50, 59, and 70. Pivot 29, resistance 38, 45, 50, 59, and 70. And support below at 22, 13, 06, 31.99, and 89. Market is kind of this week a little disappointed in the fact that they did not proceed forward in getting any kind of COVID stimulus package out of um, our functioning government. So they kind of knocked it down a little bit because I think last week when Powell spoke, he was saying that let's get another. They can't. The Fed can't do it all by themselves. They need a little bit of help, and the help has to come from fiscal stimulus. And um, and as usual, the government is doing its job, nothing. And so this is where we're at. We had a um, dysfunctional government, and this is what happens. So market is like saying, "Hey, we know what's going on." It would have been more interesting if you stuck your hat up and stuck your hat on the line. That 10-gallon hat, I would take that over your neck. I'll tell you that much. But hey, it's me. 32.29 is the pivot. Our resistance at 38, 45, 50, 59, and 70. Support below at 22, 13, 06, 31.99, and 89. All right. Let's see where the day brings us. Again, it's Friday, so let's be a little careful. We want to have a halfway decent weekend, right? So never know what's going to happen. Keep your stops in, and again, our stops right now probably I'd say 3 to 4 points uh, to be on the um, kind of conservative side here. Morning there, Mark. All right. Got your card, by the way, Mark. Very nice. kind of hanging around their pivot. Bond markets, man, who would have ever thought that the bond market would be so unproductive? But that's where we're at. Right, market just kind of trying to figure out where it wants to go. It's kind of hanging on back around our pivot, coming back down here a little bit. Both sides of our blue band there, kind of going nowhere fast. Again, markets just kind of disappointed in not, not figuring out some kind of stimulus. Not happy. But it is what it is. And we got to be patient and wait for the opportunities. Remember that. It's Friday again. Kind of a long week. All right. Hanging around their pivot. Let's see what. Welcome to some of the new folks that are in here. We are trying to trade S&Ps, but again, we have to wait for that opportunity for the market to present that opportunity to us. We don't like to go out there and just trade. We have our setups. Given our levels that we gave out just now, we have. We don't believe the markets go straight up or straight down. Consequently, we have these inflection points. We believe the market will give us an opportunity to make the scalp the market. And then we look at price action opportunities. As the day goes on, the market creates some bars there and then gives us an opportunity to make a little bit of money on those chances. So, combination of both, hopefully, combination of both will give us trading opportunities. Sometimes we just have to be a little bit more patient than others and wait for them. All right, let's see what we can talk about as far as any news that's out there. Let's see. The president and I want more support, said Treasury Secretary Munchin told the Senate Banking Committee. I've spoken to Speaker Pelosi 15 or 20 times in the last few days on coronavirus relief, and we've agreed to continue to have discussions about the CARES Act. We will hopefully, we are all over the place in this thing here, right? All over the place. Let's see, what else? We will hopefully soon be soon to table with them very soon, showing you where our money wouldn't be spent. Pelosi added, House Democrats are now preparing a new smaller coronavirus relief package expected to be about $2.4 trillion from the 3.5, according to Politico, which would include enhanced unemployment insurance, direct payments that Americans pay, PPP, small business loan funding, and aid to airlines and restaurants. As we thought we were going to go down and get our downside support cliff, now we rally right back up. Little choppiness, right? Just a little. Hard to see what it wants to do. So patience is important. So, they know it's important because they're talking about it. And like I said last week or the week before, I said I'm surprised that Trump doesn't want to have this. It's definitely going to help the stock market and his, bloating or bloviating or whatever you want to call he does. But in regards to uh, the stock market would, I think, rally off of that news. I can't imagine it not, especially since Powell said that they need more stimulus from the government to help out because they can only do so much if they're running out of tools in the toolbox, as they say. So, and I have to admit that, just like I thought that they did okay in the '07, in the financial crisis, they have to do what they did, and they're doing okay all they can do here. And this is just a totally different situation. So, um, how many days back? Probably I can go 4 or 5 days, depending on how much value is created, in certain areas, right? If it extends, then you don't have that opportunity, right? The market extends a little bit one way or the other, so it's tougher to say that when the market's extending, you don't have that many opportunities. All right, nice little quick rotation there off of the 22.5 entry point there. If you did get in, got a quick 2 points off of that little quick move. Again, we were going to go to the highs and drifted back down to the lows. So this is a very tricky little market here. So just be patient. Take what the market's giving you. That's all we can do. Right, so it did go down to 2.5 and then pop really quickly up to the 4.5. And just quick scalp if you want to do that. That was a nice little quick scalp. See what it wants to do if you come here to the lower end. If you still have them on. Okay, you got the lower end also ticked out. So quick little opportunity there off the bottom end, lower end of the 22 area. And so what we'll try to do here, we're just trying to scalp the market off of our levels. Again, 2 to 3 points, 3 4 points. You got 3 4. You got 3 now. Again, all depends on how much risk you want to take. And it's Friday. Remember, it's Friday. I don't know. I'm so excited about Friday. I don't know why. But it's been a long week for me. And I've only been here 3 days. Well, I'm going tomorrow with the boys, as they say. It's a nice little rotation there if you are staying long here. And you get these quick moves, right? Boom, boom. If you took some profits and kept staying long, you had a nice rotation. If you bought the top end and came back down, retested it, got the bottom end, I think you did okay on that. So I'm going with the boys, boys meaning my kids, my kids' husbands, and we actually have a nice foursome. So, and they want to go play because the weather's going to turn here very bad very soon. It's not a good thing. Yeah. All right, we're all coming all the way up here to top end of our range as quickly as we hit the bottom end. Who would have thunk it? Oh boy, that was a nice trade if you still have them. All right, so nice little quick opportunity there. If you jumped in and we had a quick little bounce off of our 22 level. And quickly rotating back up here to our 38 area, believe it or not. Sometimes I don't believe how fast it moves. I'm just shocked. But, we were quiet for the first few minutes and then boom, boom. So if you're still staying strong, still staying strong. If you're still staying long, because it really did pop off really fast, you are, targeting the 38 area. So we got up here to 36, 37. So be a little bit careful there. Around 38, maybe the upper end would be a little bit better if you're going to do anything. Just a little bit of an adjustment there if you want. Closing higher yesterday after a wobbly session. U.S. equity futures dropped nearly 1% overnight, with the S&P's on course for a fourth consecutive week of losses. The economic calendar is light today, with only durable goods due to be published at 7:30 this morning, which is already out, on the back of the weak jobless claims data seen on Thursday. Most of the market focus appears to be on breakthroughs and stimulus talks, with Treasury Munchen and Speaker Pelosi confirmed discussions. COVID-19 cases are meanwhile growing across the United States, with infections rising in 22 states over the past week. The U.S. is now averaging roughly 43,000 new cases per day, a 16% increase from a week ago. Testing is up by almost 22% over the same period. Not good. Definitely not good. The U.S. Justice Department asked a U.S. magistrate judge to stay an injunction blocking a ban on TikTok, WeChat, arguing Chinese-owned messaging app jeopardizes national security. The WeChat mobile application collects and transmits sensitive personal information on U.S. persons, which is accessible to TikTok and stored in data centers in China and Canada. The Department of Justice wrote in a filing on Wednesday. TikTok brought a similar preliminary injunction from a U.S. judge in Washington. He gave the government until 2 p.m. today to respond to requests for a delayed U.S. app store ban on new TikTok downloads. Okay, that's what's important, all right? TikTok stuff. Nothing else. No stimulus stuff, but let's go back and forth with TikTok for about 1 month. Sounds better than having to talk about no stimulus, I guess. I kind of drifted back down to almost our blue band there, which happens to be our pivot, but it's kind of both sides. Market's traded on both sides of that, so aggressive there if you're being aggressive. Maybe you take it, but that's from our low down to through our pivot all the way up to almost getting filled on our upside resistance, which is kind of a little annoying, but I guess we can't ask for everything. We went down to the 22 very nicely. That'd be too much to ask for today, but I'd be happy if it happened. The European Commission has taken a case against Apple to the highest court in Europe, appealing a U.S. General Court decision from July that ruled in favor of Ireland and the giant tech. Seeking a crackdown on sweetheart tax deals, the Commission has sparked the case by ordering Apple to pay $14.4 billion in back taxes that have been held in escrow while the appeals process plays out. The European Commission now intends to argue that the court set the bar for requisite standards unreasonably high, a precedent that will be specifically watched given the EU's drive to create new tax laws governing major technology companies as we drift back down here to our pivot. So they're just playing games in the court systems, I guess. They can all afford to. 14.4 billion is being held in escrow. Oh, that's nice. So you would assume that if they win a case, they're going to have a little pop there when it comes back to them. So it's not going to affect the stock prices. You're thinking that they lose this case, money's just kind of being held there already. All right, back and forth through our pivot, kind of going nowhere fast. Next level on the downside support we have is 13 area. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Just try not to lose it in a day or so. Try to keep it this time. You know, now I got to bother you about it. Yeah, there are many U-turns done on the way to 53. Right? One U-turn, another U-turn. They'll get there at some point. Dr. Fauci took to Facebook Live on Thursday to uh, quell increasing concerns about politicized approval process of the potential coronavirus vaccine. People are always saying, how do I know it's safe? How do I know it's effective? There are a lot of confusion because there are mixed messages that are coming. He declared with every vaccine trial, there is an independent group of scientists, vaccinologists, ethicists, and statisticians known as a data and safety monitoring board that has exclusive access to data from vaccine clinical trials. If a vaccine approves, saves, and effective, the company can then seek approval from the FDA, and the data will eventually become publicly available. All right, it's good to know. Good to know. As we drift down to the lows, there's 13 is the next support level that I have. New York will conduct separate review. The people of this country don't trust this federal government with the vaccine process, said New York Governor Cuomo. Later said in a press briefing, saying his state would set up its own independent task force to approve the vaccine. President Trump related earlier that the White House may overrule stricter FDA guidelines for emergency use authorization of the vaccine, while HHS Secretary revealed all 6 front-running vaccines are being produced in an industrial scale. Over in Europe, as AstraZeneca received partial immunity in a low-cost EU vaccine deal, while in return for a high price paid for its vaccine, Sanofi, which is working with GlaxoSmithKline, did not get any liability waiver. So you can't sue them if they kill you with the vaccine trial, I guess. I mean, you're going for one of these vaccine trials. I guess there are people out there doing it for money. I didn't know you need to get immunity from the government to do that, though. That's kind of interesting. So the other company doesn't get approval, doesn't get the liability waiver. What they do, not give enough money to whoever the board of whoever is to get the liability waiver. I mean, I guess. What else could it be? I'm getting very cynical in my old age with all this BS that's going on these days. Wow. Now down to the lows, back up to the highs. We are in a little roller coaster, a little roller coaster range. So hang in there, be patient, wait. Don't think you got this figured out and jump in and say, "Oh, we're going down. Oh, we're going up. Oh, we're going down," and then start trading for no reason because that's how you get yourself hurt. The opportunities there are the key here is to make sure you wait and wait for the market to get triggered instead of jumping out there and trying to figure out which way it's going to go. The important thing is the preservation of the capital, right? I always talk about that. You have to make sure you don't trade for the sake of trading, wait for the market to kind of give you an indication of what it wants to do. And put your order in. At least now in this stuff, it's almost impossible to figure out what it wants to do. You know, but 38, remember, we have 38, but because of the adjustment, it got up here to 37. Maybe make a little bit of adjustment up to the 40 area, I would say. I think that would be a safer entry point than 38. I mean, look, you gotta do what the market tells you, right? 39, 40 area probably be a little bit better. Even though 38 is the settlement price. Maureen, you here? We talked about Tuesday. Can we do Wednesday instead? Perfect. So Wednesday. Sorry about that. I'm not answering you, Mark. Tonight, it's just not. It's not answering anymore. Numbers are mind blowing, so I'm done talking to you. You don't have to write it in so I see it. Forget it. I'm not answering you. It's one thing to know what it is, but to see it, forget it. Done answering. Done talking to you. So I'm ignoring you nicely. By telling you I'm ignoring you. That's how nice I am. All right. Yeah, I thought we were going to go hit those highs and come right back down to the lows. Let's just hang loose. It's Friday. We had a nice little bounce off of our 22, so we should be okay. Even if you got down at 22 and got that, we got that for you. So if you're trading just the number itself, and you had a nice rotation, quick rotation there, maybe you were able to take a little bit more than a couple of 3-4 points out of it because it was quickly zoomed up there. Zoomed. With the right regulatory encouragement and support from civil society, we believe cigarette sales can end within 10 to 15 years in many countries, declared Philip Morris, CEO. Wow. Yes, that's right. He added an end to cigarettes in 10 to 15 years in many countries. calling cigarettes the most harmful way of consuming nicotine. The most harmful way. So there's other ways. Philip Morris, don't they make cigarettes? More than 11 million people have switched to his company's IQOS and stopped smoking. IQOS. I have no idea what that is. Okay, it's good to know that he stopped smoke free in 10 to 15 years. That's a pretty bold statement, if you ask me. Oh, we're back here at the highs, interim highs. Amazing. We were just at we at the lows. I'm getting confused. This market is confusing me. I'll tell you that much. It'd be like a dizzy ride, right? If we were on a ride here, very dizzying ride. We had a lot of Fed speaks yesterday, right? A lot of you can see that volatility was a little bit crazy, but you know, they had said what they wanted to say. Uh, so there was a hardware show, I guess, maybe virtual now. Anyway, so Amazon was showing this new product that they have, showing the autonomous indoor security camera called Always Home Cam, and it's a drone. They can fly around the house and automatically respond to security alarms, like a noise or somebody moving in the house. And they go and check it out. The door opens. you go, you go to the front door and find out who's there, or the bell rings and somebody's knocking on the front door. They'll zoom over there and check it out. Get a drone flying in your house. That's, that's nuts, right? Yeah, yeah. You can have a babysitter, right? You can be a babysitter. You can hum it a lullaby and it'll hum it back to your baby, so it thinks it's you. Mark, don't hum. All right. Yeah. So drones flying around your own house. Jeez. What else are they going to come up with? Amazing. All right. They're just hanging around. Oh, here's an interesting way of um, somebody describing market rally here in the stocks. At the most robust, the post-March rally, and the stocks had three big engines: economic recovery, massive fiscal policy support, and considerable liquidity. Weakening of the first two was masked by the liquidity turbocharger. Now that is eroding also, and this is why we're kind of, there's no economic stimulus. The economy is, recovering, but now we're getting into winter. So how are the restaurants going to be faring out? Considering people want to eat out, you have to eat out in most jurisdictions. Kind of tough to do in Chicago. Eat out. Let's see. I would assume that your chicken would probably freeze by the time you get to the last bite if you're sitting outside in Chicago on a blustery, windy, wind chill evening. I haven't heard haven't heard the term wind chill yet, but when you hear that in Chicago, that winter is upon us. So I will let our folks in California, which never heard of what a wind chill was, let them know when that happens. The best way I can describe when a wind chill is go in one of those like stand in freezers or walk in freezers and put on 30 fans and then see how you feel. No, it's not a drink, Mark. It's not a drink. Sorry. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're working. Yeah, so you can feel it in your bones when you're walking in Chicago and you're walking into the wind and it's like, 4 degrees and then there's a 20, 30 mile an hour wind and you're like, it's it, freeze, frozen. One time it happened to me. I'll never forget this. I was walking to the basketball game, parked about 2 blocks away, and oh my god, that wind was just in my face. It was the longest walk ever. I've never been so cold. Never been so cold. And I've stood outside in snow blizzards and this and that. That one block I'll never forget. It was so. But hey, it's a long way away. October is next week. So the weather's going to be 80 this week. Well, today and tomorrow around Chicago. Okay, the highs. Okay, and it's going to be 50 the highs by next Thursday. So that's where we're at. That's Chicago for you. Now, compare that to Texas, right? Where they just keep getting rain and rain and rain, and especially on the East Coast there, on the Gulf there, and rain and rain and rain and rain and rain and rain and rain. I think I'd almost like the wind chill. Wind chill or canoe weather. That's I should put up one of those like things they have on Facebook or whatever. What do you like? Whatever. Wind chill, and nobody would look at it and say, "What is this guy talking about?" No rain for the next 4 days for Don. Hey, it's amazing, awesome. You gonna get some sun at least? All right, and sunshine. I don't know. Tavern on Rush is not open anymore. But hot Bailey's coffee, now you're talking. It's really good, by the way. Next week you got cold front. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're getting the same one, I think. Every time I think we're going to go up to that 40 area, it's going to be a little bit tenuous, this 38 area here. Now we got a triple top here against it. So let's be very careful there against the 38. I would venture to say it's probably might not be the safest play we have here today, right? So adjustmentville here is the you gotta definitely think about that one if you want to keep it on. It's definitely a lot more risky than it was. Well, than it has been. It's not. It's very risky after all now. So again, you have to look at the price action. Price action. Um, probably telling you that the 38 probably not going to be holding anymore. I was just a point off. It was actually 37. Should have been the spot instead of 38, which is fine. I'm willing to say that I messed up. So let's don't worry about it. Oh boy, those are chilling words when somebody looks like it's going to go down. Oh boy, looks like scary words. Scary words when somebody says it looks like, or I think we're going. Oh, I know. I think we're doing this. Oh my god, those are scary words for me. I don't like to think, or I don't like the looks like. I just rather just react to. So anyway, so yeah, uh, so we decided, the boys have to ask for permission to golf. It's a lot easier, I guess, to ask for permission if I'm going to golf with your dad. So they finally they all agreed on Monday that they could all go play Saturday, and then we tried to get a team. Every place is booked for Saturday. It's like amazing. There's one golf course that was available for us to go play in, about half an hour away from my house. But I couldn't believe Monday we're looking for a place, and Saturday the whole. I mean, they have tee times available like at 3 o'clock. The only problem is it gets dark at 6:30. And it's going to get earlier and darker earlier, so it's not like you could start at 3 o'clock. But those tee times are available. Like, it's not happening. But we found one place. It's amazing. All right, the looks like is right now looking like prophetic. That's what it looks like for at least for this 5 minute period. Let's see what happens in the next 5 minutes. Wow, that's an interesting story. Whoa, look at that. Good trade there, if you did think about it. All right. So next level on the downside we have is 13. That's the next level on the downside. The triple top there was a good indication of at least maybe if you wanted to get short against the double top, and then the triple top came up. It was one of those where if you had a stop close to it, above it, you would have to, you know, get yourself out of it. It could use it as a tool, as an exit strategy. All right, could have done that. All right, so drifted quickly down to 16 area there. Okay, continues the downtick here. Let's see, we got 13. Are we gonna go down there or not? Who knows? Nice call there, Jerry. Nice. Oop, right back up. That's not right. I mean, you could have also told us, Jerry, that it should have gone down to 13, and I would have been happy too. Why didn't you, John? That is one hell of a story there. That 400-yard drive. Those sprinkler heads and or um, car paths do help the range. What did you have? Like, were you on the green? That was one hell of a long par four. I'll tell you that much. That's great. Okay, did you at least birdie the hole? Okay. You got to tell me you birdied the hole. That way you can make a good story out of a 400-yard drive that hit a sprinkler head. I would have believed you. Oh, that's a very good score. Where was this? What state? No, Kansas. Okay. I didn't know they have hills in Kansas that you're shooting down at a par four. I thought Kansas was pretty unhilly. You found the only hill in Kansas, and and found the sprinkler head in the middle of the fairway to push it along. That's very good. All right, quick rush down. They all got themselves a little long up there, thinking it was going to finally uptick, and then all of a sudden they completely flushed it down. They got it all the way down to 16. It would have been nice if we got our 13, but we didn't. And then they came right back up here to our pivot. We can see here what's happening. We definitely got a little range bound game, but you also can see what happened there. They really thought with that double top, I think the Bulls were trying to push it, and then all of a sudden, once they got, they couldn't hit those stops, especially below the 20 there, and they flushed it all the way down to 16, and then the Bulls came back. Okay, we're gonna buy it back here since we're range bound. We'll just kind of just hang in there. So that's what's happening there. Now we're back here at our pivot. Well, almost got that 13. Well, that was couldn't go down to 13. Sometimes market's not fair, you know. It would have been a nice quick rotation. You can see this doesn't really go anywhere fast, but be careful there at 38 because obviously with the triple top now, and they tried to push it down, and you come back up here, now you're gonna have all the stops here above, let's say about 38, and so that's gonna put you, you know, a little bit higher. So next level we have resistance at the 45 area. Um, the you can see the 42 3 area is the green band there, and our 5 minute and blue band and hourly. So maybe a little resistance there, but I just took a little bit of the upper end there of that range. So keep that in mind. All right, and they just flushing it all the way back up here. Again, 38, very acceptable, probably not doable anymore. the 45. Again, we talked about the 38 not being doable. All right, we did get right up to our blue band there. If you maybe a little aggressive, again, there could have been a case to be made up there. All right, coming back down here to settlement price there again. The support, well, I mean, it's trading right through all these levels here. I mean, lows and then quickly rotates back to the highs. So, like I said, you could have used the green band there as a possible um, level, making an adjustment to what we gave out earlier. So, kind of, said we definitely don't want to do 38 because for obvious reasons. And then you could have maybe made a little bit of entry point there against our green band and our blue band and our. We had a couple of reasons there. So that was a possibility. Again, depends on how aggressive you wanted to be. And for those of you who say that I don't share my trades, I share my trades, right? When you call them out, we did call them out. Told you not to take the 38. Told you look at the 42. I can't tell you that I'm doing it or not doing it, but you know that if I'm talking about it, there's a good chance I'm probably doing it. Because those are the rules. So, those in case you're wondering why. Okay. All right. If you listen enough times here, you kind of figure out where the adjustments are and why. And that time I just told you about it straight up and told you why and told you maybe 42 because and now we're drifting back up here looking for the next level we have here is 45. It's a real level. I mean, that's not a price action level, I should say. That is a resistance level. I'm not mistaken, the first Monday in October, which is the week from Monday, is when the Supreme Court starts again. Obviously, he's going to have 8 starting. Let's see what happens with the other one. But yeah, that's almost the first Monday in October. New term. All right, so quick up and around, down to 16, back up to 40. I mean, this was like a complete, talking about hiccups. That was a hiccup. So that's why you got to keep your stops. And if you're thinking to be short, if hopefully you covered them, and then maybe you got them up here, made an adjustment to the 38. We said the 38 was not going to be feasible anymore. Looked at the 42 area for obvious reasons, and that kind of worked here very nicely for us. So again, you have to make a few adjustments to the markets, and that's why sometimes you get those algos that you always got to watch them. And if you don't adjust them to market conditions, they would have been shorted for 38, probably got stopped out if we had an algo. But we're traders here. I mean, you are trading, and you should be looking at price action to help you make adjustments to the market. And that's how you trade. You're not just going to go in there blindly and start, lobbing away here. And you need logical reasons why you would cancel and go do it again and find a new area. I mean, those things happen because you're sitting in front of your computer, you understand what the markets are doing. If you don't understand, that's what we try to teach you. And then to be able to make those adjustments, and so you keep yourself, making a little bit of money, or at the very least losing less. And again, the objective of the course that we'd like to teach is for you to be able to find levels on your own, and then consequently, additionally, make adjustments based on the price action activity. But you got to do it on your own. That's what the whole idea is here. Well, it's trying. We said we have the 45 next level of resistance. Again, be a little bit careful here the way it's trading. Just keep a nice little stop in there. Hopefully you did okay. Made the 42 work out for you. We are kind of coming up here. See, we're kind of flagging a little bit, so the 45 is right above it, so be a little bit careful there. Only because the market is kind of telling us, gotta be a little bit careful there. Maybe don't trade as much. Maybe take the upper end of the range. Just make a little bit of an adjustment there too. It's what it is. You got to take your cues from the market. I mean, the thing about trading on the screen here is that you can make adjustments to the price action if the market is telling you something. You consequently make those adjustments. So, to save you money. That's what we're trying to do here. Make money and minimize your loss. That's what we're trying to do. So when you make money, you make money. Yes, it's very choppy right now. It's been choppy all morning. It's been choppy all morning. But look at the bright side. It's Friday. Here's that push to the, like I said, all the way up to the 50 area now. Not a big surprise. Whoa, something's up there. Whoa, something big time is up. You got your 53 there, Don. Quickly. Okay, I gotta work out of this one here a little bit. Oof, what the world? Why do I think markets get choppy? One, lack of, hang on a second. I'm getting bailed out here. I'm getting a little bailed out here. Phew. All right, well, that didn't turn out so bad after all. Well, I knew the 45 was good. The only good thing I did there was to lessen up the number of contracts, and then I didn't think I was going to get up to the 50 area, but I had to thank goodness I had those in there. And it did not look good for a minute there. Okay, well, that turned out all right. All right, gotta have your orders in, right? Never know when that was going to happen. So why do I think markets get choppy? Basically, for a couple of reasons. One is lack of interest. There's nothing happening. They're just bouncing around because there's some traders in there who are moving the market back and forth and making a little bit of trade for themselves. The other reason it gets choppy when there's trying to figure out which way the market's going. There's economic news that's out there. You have one person or a couple of people thinking one way and a few people thinking the other, and they can move the market around. So you have both extremes. You have extremes where there is no business and there's nothing happening, and you get the choppiness because tighter range. Then you have the other extreme where you have people who are looking at news and thinking one way or thinking that the news means this, and they act accordingly. They didn't want to get long or short of the news, but interpretation of the news can go both ways. It depends on how you look at it. It doesn't mean when you put out or somebody puts out a statement, one person could construe it one way, and another one can think about it another way, and that's when you get the choppiness, because the person who thought about it in a bearish tone, then there's another one who thought about it in a bullish tone. So it goes on both ends of the scale here on boringness, when there's news and no news. But also Friday, end of the week, sometimes there's nothing happening. We actually got. We're busy. You have to admit it, we have been busy. This was a nice little rotation here. This little push up here. But again, you have to be ready for it, waiting for it, and once it occurred, hopefully you were able to take advantage of it. Okay. So, and again, you have to make adjustments along the way here. Like I said, for obvious reasons, sometimes maybe not so obvious to some, but all right. So again, market went through, hit those stops, got all the way up to 54 up there, and flushed all the way back down. We said make an adjustment at the 45 because of the way it traded at 42, and hopefully you were able to make that adjustment and then have your orders in there at the 53 really quick, and got filled on those as well, because it came all the way back down to the 45 area and gave you a chance to get out of those. All right, so that was an interesting little ride there. You definitely have to work that one, but you didn't have to work it for a long time. It was quick rotation back and forth. That's correct. So you got to be on your computer watching what's going on instead of just taking a little bit of a break or a walk. Especially if you have orders sitting in your computer, you can't. It's not something that you want to do, is walk away with some orders still working, unless of course you have some stops in there that get pretty. All right, John, you have a great weekend. Keep hitting them straight. Keep them in the middle of the fairway. You'll be okay. All right, so we have 59, the next level on the upside, and then 70. Let me give you a couple more up there in case they continue this rally. We have 82 and then 92 on the upside. So we have 59 next, and then 70, 82, and then 92. That's where we're at. Again, they did flag up there, so that was a little bit bullish sign. As we mentioned it just before they popped in, that's why we mentioned that the 45 was probably not going to be holding. And we suggested that you cut down your size there if you're going to take it. Again, this is a day of making a couple of adjustments here and there. That definitely kept us in the game, right? And that's what we are doing here. That's what we do. You got to make the adjustment based on the price action, and that's what we're focused on. And that's one of the aspects of our trading, in addition to obviously the levels that we give out and what the market is telling us sometimes when it's trading straight up. And obviously it was doing, or helping us out today by letting us cancel some orders. The 38 I spoke about earlier, then the 45 was getting a lot more risky, and then now the flushed all the way up to 53, and it came back down. So depending on the question here is, so you always have ready stops and targets once the order is triggered. So depending on the platform that you use, you could set it up so that you can place an order and the stops and the profit target is already preset. So all you have to do is put the order in, and right away the stops and the order to take your profits are already predetermined, and they are already triggered. So yeah, if I'm that's what I would suggest that you do. That they're already, especially again, there's something to be said about that. I personally, that is one option. I probably would tell a new individual, a new trader to do that. That would probably be the safest way to do it. I, on the other hand, like to have a mechanical stop, so I just, because of force of habit, I guess, probably not the best thing for me. Mechanical stop is when it's already in there, triggered, it's already set. Finger stop is when I do it manually, and that's, so I like to do it that way. Is one way right or wrong? I don't know. It's just what each individual trader is more comfortable with. I think obviously there's pros and cons to both. But for if you're starting out, I think that'd probably be the best way to do it. You too, Mark. Have a good one. it looks like the market is flagging up here again. It looks like it wants to get up to the next level that we have is the 59 area. Support right now would be around the 37 area. Again, we're seeing like we're coming up here, kind of flagging out here a little bit. I gave you some more levels on the upside that we, in case it continues to push up. Maybe the fact that they are talking is giving a little bit of impetus here to the market's rotation back up here to the upside, since it seems like that's what they're kind of focused in on these days. So the upside resistance above, we have 59 is the next level, then we have 70, and they gave you 82 and then 92. And again, some of this is probably this rally here is maybe induced by the fact that they are talking about another package and giving a little bit more of life to the market, because that's what's been negative or affecting the market negatively here. So we'll see what happens. So we gave you some levels above. Be a little bit careful here as the market kind of is flagging here a little bit. Downside support would be around the 37 area. I think you get below 35, probably looks like the rotation to the downside. Little, some air pockets that's got to get filled. So that's probably where you don't want to be, below 35-ish. You probably don't want to be long if we ever get back down there and test that area. All right, so we have our areas there where we have support and resistance. Gave you some new levels above, and get back here in a little bit.
Hey, thanks, Saul. Hey, a couple quick programming notes. Hey, Christine LA, welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Hugo S. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, Nissan, you've been in a couple times. I think you even canceled one of our outreaches to you. I'm going to send it out to you again. Roshan, welcome back from yesterday. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to post them. I'm going to give out Sal's telephone number if I have to exit you from our service if you're non-responsive. 312-685-2582. And if you're coming in from the outside, click on the link and join us in Zoom directly. We're here trading days starting a little after 9 a.m. Eastern time. We go to around this time, maybe 11:30 Eastern time, could be 12 depending on market action and activity. Today is Friday. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as direct trading advice. Your trading is done between you and your broker. If you need to get set up with a broker and you want to get set up with a trading platform or you want to make a change, let us know and we can help you out. If you're commission shopping and that type of thing. If you're also new to trading, we can set you off on the right foot. I'm going to send out an opportunity to sign up for Sal's monthly at a discount. It's usually $379 a month. Right now it's on for $100. It's going to go out to everybody. So Nissan, that's going out to you. Roshan, if you want to get the discount, that's great. Hugo S, make sure you take advantage of it. Christine, I put that out there. It's up to you what you want to do. But welcome. I'll be in the background if anybody needs me. Again, if you're coming in from the outside, based on some of the social media outreach, join us live in Zoom. Click on the link, register. You get an email to come in. Make sure you register with your right email. If you do get bounced out of Zoom, make sure you call that telephone number. You may not be able to get back in. So make sure that you are responsive. And again, if you're looking to learn how to scalp, looking to learn how to scalp the market, trade the market as a living, join us on a regular basis, sign up for Sal's monthly, get the discount. If you need software, trading platform, we can point you in the right direction. You want to get set up and practice trade first against real-time data, and we'll take it from there.